So what happens once the tolerances are assigned to tolerance group, which is in turn assigned to the user ID? Your user ID will have what you call authorization to post a document if it is within the permissible limit, or an item if it is within the permissible limit. An account, what you call an assistant, a store's assistant, may have authorization for posting differences uh, with a lesser value than the store's manager. Okay, so like that, you normally we will be setting up tolerances um, at two levels. One level for assistants and second level is for the managerial level. So that's how the tolerances will be posted. Okay, so this is what the physical inventory is. Although we have seen the the normal physical inventory process, I would like to explain you the cyclic counting process. Okay, so let me log into the system. I'll have to go to configuration first, SPRO, customizing IMC. You go to material management, and then you go to inventory management and physical inventory. Here you have something called cyclic counting indicator. Let me just open this. Okay, you see here there is something called cyclic counting indicator. So what you should do is you just go and click cyclic counting indicator. You have your plant. Not exists. Okay. Oops. Because the plant is 77C. If you look at here, you see here for 77C, there is A, B, C, D, cyclic counting indicators. So what is A, what is B, what is C and D? A, cyclic counting indicator A, if it is assigned to the material master, that means it will tell to the system that A class materials needs to be counted 12 times per annum. Okay, means what? Almost every monthly. That means what is the interval between the in physical inventory to physical inventory? 22 days. I mean to say, in each month you have got only 5 working days a week, so therefore it's about 22. So roughly they have taken it as 20 working days, and the float of 5 days. What do you mean by float of 5 days? For example, if the physical inventory is carried out on a certain material having indicator A, cyclic counting indicator A, if the physical inventory is carried out on say 20th of June, so the next inventory date is 20th July. So it could be 5 days here and there. Means between 15th to 25th you can carry out this physical inventory process. That is what we call as float time. Okay. So what is the percentage? Okay, percentage for the A class materials is 56. So like this, together of A, B, C and D, you have to have 100%. Similarly, if you look at B, B is 6 times a year kind of physical inventory. So it means once in 2 months, that is roughly 41 days. Every 41 days we carry out physical inventory, and the float time given to it is 10. These are standard values. Of course you can change according to your need. Okay, and the percentage of materials that you have is 28. And then you have got C class materials, wherein they have been um, counted 3 times in a year. So which means roughly it is 82 days, once in 82 days. Okay, float time is 20 days. So like this, you can, in fact, you can create your own indicator also, your own cycle counting indicator also. For example, if you want to create E, you can do so, but the thing is you have to alter these values accordingly. So therefore, these ABCD materials, sorry, ABCD indicators you have to have, and together, as I told you, it should be 100%. 31/12/2011 date lies before start date of the factory calendar. Okay. Looks like somebody changed something. Let me just go and check it. Factory calendar. ZN or something like that we have created, right? Where is the factory calendar that we have used? Okay. Value from 2012. Let me just go and change this. That's okay. And now what you should do is you have to go with change mode of material masters. Okay, so you choose some material, front wheel tire, rear wheel tire, whatever it is. You go to general plant data storage, 1 or 2 views. I think it's 2 view. Okay, so your plant is 777C. Okay, now you see here CC, cyclic counting physical inventory indicator. You have to maintain this. Okay, whether it is A class or B class or D class, you see here these are configuration details, so you have to specify it here. Look at here, I have selected the CC indicator, but I did not check this CC indicator fixed. Okay, remember, for front wheel tire I have not checked the CC indicator fixed. I'll just go and save it. Okay, so now let's go with the other wheel, rear wheel tire. Hit enter. Once again choose general plant data 1 and 2 views, 777C. Okay, so here CC indicator, you see here I wanted to choose B, but here I'm fixing it. Okay, I would just go and save it. Right, having done this, Having done this, now what we can do is how to execute the CC indicators of the cyclic counting is you go to material management, physical inventory, okay, special procedures, cyclic counting. You see here there is something called MIBC, set cyclic counting indicator. You can give your plant like this. In case if you want to give material type, you can give material type so that all those materials will be picked up. If you do not want to give material type, okay, then you can check this on all materials that are held in stock, and you can give the date range also. Take account of material consumption of MRP areas. You can just go with this, and also you see this change CC percentages. If you want to change those percentages, cyclic counting percentages also, you can do so. And then check this in a radio button, display list before they are saved. Now you just go and execute. You see here A means 56%, B means 28, C means 14, D means so and so. Okay, in case if you want to change, you can change. This is possible because we have selected change percentage indicators. If you don't choose this, now if you go with it, you see here those things will not come. Now you see here rear wheel tire and front wheel tire with only these two that you have selected. You see here the first one, rear wheel tire, okay, CC old, CC new. It is not giving me any option. You know why? Because for rear wheel tire I have fixed the indicator. Okay, second one you see here, I'll just go with display. You see here CC fixed. Because of this CC fixing indicator, even though I run ABC analysis for cyclic counting, I cannot change the cyclic counting indicator for those materials having the indicator is fixed. Rest of them I can change. Look at here, front wheel tire, okay, the old one is A, the new one automatically picked up is C, but in case if you want to change, you can do so. Simply select the material, go with this, here you can go and change it. Okay, so this way it provides you an option. You could see here A class materials how many, B class materials how many, C class materials how many, total materials how many you have it, everything will appear over here. Okay, so this is what we call it as cyclic counting indicator or the cyclic counting process. In case if you want to go with new analysis, you change this and then you go with the analysis part. Okay, so that's all. This is what we call it as cyclic counting indicators or the cyclic counting. So in case if you want to create what we call the physical inventory document for the cyclic counting ones, you can do so. Okay, so keep everything as it is like this. Once again, you have to go with program, execute in the background. Okay, LB01, we have run this one during the last session. I'm once again doing it for you. Okay, save it. Now from here, once it is done, you have to go like this. Okay, that is sessions method, right? So therefore what you have to do is services, batch input, sessions. Okay, TRA, not THRA. Let's go and find it out. Oops, why is it not there? It just came out. Okay, so you have to execute it so that in case if there are any changes in the cyclic counting process, all those things and all those materials which are considered for the cyclic counting with which an inventory document is created. Once the inventory document is available, the process is same. You just have to set the blocking indicator, go for counting, okay, complete the counting, enter the post counted results, and then identifying differences and then posting it. If the differences are not acceptable, going for recounting, again posting the recounted figures, okay, and identifying differences, processing the differences. All these things are common, okay. So this is what we call it as cyclic counting process. And now with that we have completed the inventory management. I'll just tell you one thing, which is what we basically call as LIS, Logistics Information Systems Reporting. Probably those who are working in the stores department, the ones that we are going to see is very, very important from the reporting perspective. There was a transaction code called SAP1. Okay, so this is SAP1. Once you are in the SAP1, go with material management. Under inventory management, you see here all these things are reports available in inventory management. Everything will be available at one place. Like I told you many a times, anything starting with MB is a transaction within the inventory management. Anything starting with ME, that is in the purchasing. Okay, you could see here MB5, the stock in transit CC. Okay, so all these things, stock overview, MB SM, display cancelled material documents. Also you could see inventory sampling in case if you have any of such thing, list of stock values, okay, any balances on a particular day, pickup list, right? All these things are available here. And then this is what we inventory information system is called as LIS, Logistics Information System. Material based reports. You see here there is a huge list of material based report. Similarly, plant based, okay, storage location based, MRP controller based, right, and pricing relevant. All these reports are very, very useful. So I recommend you please go through these reports by simply executing the programs. Okay, for example, if I have to okay, you see here mc.d. If I wanted to go with this, you can just simply go, or the better thing is material. You go into material and execute one so that you will be able to understand and you will be able to appreciate the functionalities of the reports given by SAP. It will take some time because we are running it for the first time. Do we have any MRP controller? I think we have not created any. I have not started MRP, so therefore I assume we don't have the our own MRP. Not even this one also. 77C. 1 second. Okay, you could see here for this MRP controller, valuated stock. Okay, is this one valuated stock, consignment stock. So all these things you can find it out. Okay, so this has got very useful reports. Okay, even if you go into here, material analysis, selection, stock, and C.9. So if you go with it, it will give you. Okay, you only not have to even give MRP controller here. Just simply execute it. Could see here this material validated stock value, validated stock. Okay, so like this is the value of the stock, this is the stock consignment. So like this you can have so many reports depending upon your customer requirement. You have to look into this place and serve your customer based on the information that they require. Sometimes you may not be able to provide the report that the customer wanted using a single report. In such case, you have to work with a developer to club 2 or 3 reports together and create a new report. Okay, so this is all about inventory management. Any questions, Pavitra? Hello?
Sir, మీరు ఇందాక అదే సార్
చెప్పండి.
కెన్ యూ హియర్ మీ?
Yes, Pavitra.
Sir, have showed how to run a cycle counting. Can you show it again?
Sure. MIBC or transaction ఉంటుందండి. You have to go to material management, inventory management. No, physical inventory లోకి వెళ్ళాలి. Okay, ఇక్కడ under special procedures, cyclic counting, you see here MIBC. ఇక్కడికి వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత then what you need to do is, if you want to run for all the materials in your plant, just choose plant. Or if you want to run only one certain type of materials, give the material type, right? Or depending upon your selection criteria, all materials stock held in stock. Okay, date range, change percentages, CC percentage, change చేయాలంటే click చేయండి, లేదంటే అక్కర్లేదు కూడా, and then you just go and execute. Okay, so ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత these are all the materials that you have in your plan. If you want to change something, double click చేయండి, or select this, go with CC, change CC indicator. ఇదంతా చేంజ్ చేసిన తర్వాత then you can go with new analysis, so that it will give you the latest thing.
Okay.
Right అండి. దీని తర్వాత ఏం చేయాలంటే, once you have done this one, if you want to create a physical inventory document in the background, MICN, you have to run this program. Right? So this MIBC will tell you only
what is,
sorry, MIBC will tell you which material will have which cyclic counting indicator and how many times it needs to be counted per annum. Whereas the process is same. The creation of a physical inventory document, setting the blocking indicator, printing the physical inventory document, the process is same. And then మీకు PI document కావాలి first. So for that you still have to go with this particular report. Okay, transaction code MICN, or the program is RM071CN1. దీన్ని రన్ చేసుకోవాలండి సెషన్స్ మెథడ్ లో. రన్ చేసిన తర్వాత once it is successfully executed, it will create a PI document. ఆ డాక్యుమెంట్ పట్టుకుని ఇక మీరు ప్రాసెస్ అంతా సేమ్, బ్లాకింగ్ ఇండికేటర్ సెట్ చేసి కౌంటింగ్కి వెళ్తారు. ఓకే అండి.
yes sir.
All right, so that's all we have it in the inventory management. Okay, so now let's just do let's see what else do we have to cover, Andy. Let me check it. Right, Radhika? Okay, so let me just look. I think we have not covered MRP. We have not covered procurement. MMFI integration, did we look at it? I think it's not. So therefore, I go with MMFI integration first because that is required before the special procurement. Okay, so then batch management is there, external service management is there. Okay, so let's go with MMFI integration now. So once we complete inventory management, you have seen in inventory management, for any inventory transaction where there is a financial impact, the accounting module also comes into picture. How for any value change as a result of inventory transaction, the financial transaction or the financial posting also needs to take place in the form of accounting document, which will be actually being posted in the FI accounts payable module. So how will the system will be integrated with for MM inventory management activities? Okay, so now let's let me take you to the different slide. Just give me a moment. Valuation and account determination. Not this one. Okay, so this is also called as automatic account determination. So now we will try to understand for each of the inventory transaction. Can you just give me a moment? I think we're already, the system administrator is logging me out. Just give me a moment. రెడ్డి గారు నమస్తే అండి, వెంకట్ని. అది మీరేదో లాగౌట్ చేస్తున్నట్లున్నారు. నేను లాగిన్ అయి ఉన్నాను. నేను స్టూడెంట్తో లాగిన్ అయి ఉన్నాను పవిత్ర యూజర్ ఐడిలో. అదే మీరు లాగౌట్ చేస్తున్నది నా ఐడి. సరే కొంచెం వచ్చేయండి అయితే. అంటే అమ్మాయి క్లాస్ అదే వాళ్ళ క్లాస్ తీసుకుంటూ ఉంటారు కదా, సో అప్పుడు నేను కూడా లాగిన్ అవుతాను అదే ఐడితో. సరే అండి. ఇంకోటి మీకు మంజు అని ఆవిడ మనీ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేసిందా? సరే నేను ఒకసారి ఆమెతో మాట్లాడతానండి ఈరోజు. సరే అండి. ఇప్పుడైతే అది లాగౌట్ చేయకండి, నేను క్లాస్ తీసుకుంటూ ఉన్నాను. రైట్ అండి, థ్యాంక్ యూ, బాయ్. సరే అండి, రైట్. అదే అవును. లేదు లేదండి అట్లా ఇవ్వట్లేదు. ఓకే సరే అండి. ఓకే అండి, థ్యాంక్ యూ. యా బాయ్. Okay, so so for each of the inventory transaction where there is a financial impact, okay, an accounting document is getting created. While the accounting document is created, you would have seen certain accounts are getting updated. What is the logic behind that? So this is what we are going to learn in MMFI integration, or what we call it as automatic account determination. Okay, as you can see, SAP can automatically generate accounting documents according to the logistics transactions which have accounting impacts or financial impacts. In MM, it can find the appropriate GL account at the time of an inventory or invoice posting. That means what? Okay, I think we have one more topic to be covered, that is invoice verification. Okay, so so this MMFI integration occurs at two situations. One is inventory management transactions, other one is invoice posting transactions. In both of the occasions, the accounting document will be generated. Okay, so now let's see how the system, okay, or when will the accounting or automatic accounting or account determination takes place. I would say virtually all the inventory transactions where there is a financial impact. As you can see, goods receipt, goods issued, transfer posting, incoming invoice, price change, material debit or credit postings. Can you just give me a moment, please? Hello? Hello? Yeah? Hey boss, I'm in a meeting. Can you please give me a call after half an hour? All right, thank you. Yeah, around 11:30, 12 o'clock. Oh yes, thank you. I'm sorry. Okay, so in all these places where there is an accounting document getting created, so therefore the MMFI integration or the automatic account recognition comes into picture. So let me help you by simply writing over here what are the parameters that we require. Okay, for MMFI integration there is something called, okay, so let me ask you this question. So, okay, now Radhika and Pavitra, both of you are there. Pavitra, you have seen all the inventory management transactions. What is your material document contains? Or when you are doing inventory transactions, what is it most important? Which one is controlling the inventory posting? Can you hear me, Pavitra?
Material?
Okay, material for sure, yes. Anything else? Look at here, all these things, movement types, isn't it? Can you create a material document without movement type? There won't be any.
No.
There won't be any material document without movement type. Can you just give me a moment? Krishnamurthy, good morning, sir. Okay, so therefore, your movement type is one parameter. Okay, and Pavitra said material. Anything else?
Quantity also is important, right?
Okay, from the value perspective, quantity is also important. Or you tell me this way, while posting goods receipt or goods issue, what are the fields? That is most important. Movement type you said correct. Material also correct. Anything else are you giving?
Document,
Plant are you giving?
plant.
Yes or no?
Yes,
Okay.
plant and storage location also will give.
Of course, storage location as well. So from here, on these four parameters, I'm going to take or derive few more. Okay, look at here. What you know is movement type. Okay, so what you know is movement type. Okay, so this is what you actually have seen so far, but I haven't explained you anything under or below the movement type. Okay, so movement type is actually further subdivided into something called value strings. Okay, so these are called value strings. What are those value strings? There are value strings like WA01, WA06, WE01, etc., etc. And each value string is further subdivided into something called transaction event key. Okay, you will have multiple transaction event keys. Okay, I call this as transaction slash event key. Okay, what are those transaction event keys? I have something called BSX, WRX, okay, GBB, like this, PRD, UMB, etc., etc. Okay, and some of the transaction event keys are further subdivided, okay, into what we call it as account category references. Okay, I call this as account, I would say, grouping code. Okay, there are different types of account grouping codes like VBR, VBO, okay, VAX, so on and so forth. Are you getting my point? The one that you have seen in inventory management is only movement type. We did not discuss about what is value string, what is transaction event key, or what is account grouping code, etc. From movement type, system derives these value strings. From value string, system derives transaction event key. From transaction event key, system derives account grouping code. Okay, so what you need is these ones. Okay, so what you need is these ones: transaction event keys, okay, typically transaction event keys, and account grouping codes. Okay, out of this, let me just pick up this one. Okay, and then these ones. Then, right, the next one is Pavitra said material. So if I know the material, okay, from material, what information do my system knows? Okay, if I know the material, you see in the accounting view, we have something called valuation class, isn't it? So a material has got something called valuation class. Okay, so what are those valuation classes? You know, you have seen some of the valuation classes, something like 3000 for raw material, isn't it? 3001, 3002, etc., etc. Okay, next, what else do I require? The third one I said is plant. Okay, so let me just go and put it as plant. Okay, actually speaking, I would say plant 1, plant 2, etc., etc. Okay, how do I write it? Let me put it over here. Okay, and you have something like plant 2. So like this you will be having multiple plants, isn't it? So whether you are doing goods receipt or goods issue in either of the plants, you have something called, all these things are assigned to what we call it as valuation grouping code. Okay, there is something called valuation grouping code. Okay, I'll tell you the significance of valuation grouping code, and also because if I know the plant, okay, because if I know the plant information, I can easily find out the, one sec. If I know the plant, it's easy for me to identify what is the company code, isn't it? Can the system find out company code if I know the plant, or is it difficult?
It's easy, sir.
From company code, you have something called chart of accounts. Okay, right. So these are 5 parameters which you require for the system to determine the accounts. Okay, so valuation grouping code is 1. So your valuation grouping code, chart of accounts. Okay, now let me name it. Once you start doing inventory transaction, you enter movement type. Based on the movement type 101, 501, 201, etc., etc., system determines value string. From value string, what are the accounts to be updated will be known by transaction event key. So therefore, the first thing, the first parameter that requires is this one. Okay, so that's parameter number 1. Then based on your material, okay, what material, with which material are you working, based on that your system will also identify the valuation classes, isn't it? So and in which plant are you doing, which plant, which company code are you doing goods receipts or goods issues or any other inventory transaction. So therefore system finds out from plant, it finds out company code, from company code it finds out chart of accounts. So therefore this is second parameter that it requires. And then it looks for the valuation grouping code, which is again basically coming out of the plant. Once that is done, you also require the valuation class, which will be taken from the material master. Finally, this is optional. Account grouping code is optional. So what are the parameters? Now look at this. Chart of accounts. Okay. One is chart of accounts, which you require it. The second one is what is the second one? Transaction event key. Sometimes people also call it as transaction key or event key or transaction event key. Okay, and then you have valuation grouping code. Okay, valuation grouping code, and this can also be called as valuation modifier, right? And then you have valuation class, and finally you have account grouping code, account grouping code, or you can also call it as account modifier. So these are 5 parameters which are required for the MMFI integration. All the configurations or all the settings are based on this particular thing only. Okay, so if you understand these 5 parameters, your job is easy. Okay, so if you understand this particular thing, it is easy to understand the MMFI integration. Okay, so now let me help you explain on the system. I'll just go with SPRO. I need to do this one configuration first, otherwise I will not be able to perform this. What I will do is, let me first create couple of valuation classes of my own. Okay, so the configuration node, material management. Okay, you see here there is something called valuation and account assignment. You have to go to this place. Here you see there is something called account determination. Once you are here, you have got 2 options. One is account determination without wizard, second one is with wizard. Okay, without, you have to, for actual working, for real time working, you should go with without wizard. For your practice purpose, for understanding, I'll just show you. Once account determination with wizard. Okay, so with wizard I'll first show you, but here I will not be setting up anything. I'll come back to the without wizard and show you everything over there. Okay, it's about 17-18 page documentation. It's better if you read it. You see here, it will tell you what is account determination, what you need to know before start of doing account determination, what is transaction event key, what is account grouping code, what is valuation grouping code, what is valuation code class. There is one more thing I did not explain, the account category reference. Even that also I will be showing it. How is account category reference related to material type? How is account category reference related to valuation class? All these things will be there here. Okay, it's just a guided navigational tool given by SAP for your understanding. You see here, I go with continue. Now, prerequisites. What are the prerequisites? You have to have the company code set up in place. You should have plans, and you should also have material types. Without these, MMFI integration will not work. Okay, I assume they are there. Now, once you are here, what are the material types that you wanted to work with? I will unselect or deselect all. I'll go with my own material type, that is ZROH. Okay, is this ZROH or what?
ZMRO, sir.
Sorry, ZMRO. Okay.
ZMRO.
All right, thank you. So this is my material type. You see here, I'm selecting this one. I'm not making any configurations. I'm just showing you the guided navigational approach. The same thing I will be using for my actual configuration, right? So ZMRO I have selected, and then I go with continue, right? Now it is asking me, do you want the purchasing account management function to be active? I need not require, because this is a special intermediate accounting required for the legal requirements of Spain, France, Belgium, and Italy. In these 4 countries, before the actual account is getting updated, there is an intermediate or a temporary account which needs to be updated for the legal requirements of these 4 countries. So except these 4 countries, nowhere in the world is required this functionality. So therefore I go with no. Continue. Right? Now, because you know exactly for which company code are you doing this MMFI integration. So therefore you should be knowing the chart of accounts associated with your company code. We are doing MMFI integration for company code 777. What is my chart of accounts? Pavitra? It's INT, right? So you see here, the first parameter that the system should look at is INT, that is International Chart of Accounts. I hit enter. Now, then in which plant? Okay, in which plant are you doing the goods receipt or goods issue or whatever inventory transaction? You should choose your plant. 77C. Where is 77C? Looks like it's not there. Or maybe this is displaying the ones which is not there. So if you look at down here, you should see the ones which we have. See here, 77C. This group is called as valuation grouping code. Okay, so the 77C, your plant needs to be assigned to some valuation grouping code. You see here, how did I have done it? Plant 1 and 2 needs to be assigned to some valuation grouping code. So here your 77C is currently assigned to standard valuation grouping code, right? So once you are done with this, go with continue. So it means what? You have to assign all your plants to some valuation grouping code. Okay, now you go with continue. Right? Then it is asking you, do you have a different plant specific stock accounts? It means if I do goods receipt in 777C, one stock account needs to be updated. And if I do same material goods receipt in the Pune plant, do you want the same stock account as that of Chennai plant to be updated, or a different account? If you want a different account, you should go with this. If you don't want a different account, after all it's a stock account and all the accounting needs to be taken care at the company code level, I am okay having same stock account for both plants. If that is the case, you go with no and then continue. Now, this wizard assumes that you may have different material type specific stock accounts. I thought I have selected no. Would you like to examine other classes of different accounts? Not required. Just simply go no. Now, valuation classes. Okay, for this GMRO material type, what are the valuation classes? Right? So, you see here there are a lot of valuation classes. For all this combination, you see here these are the accounts which were there available, right? And this account needs to be given by your FICO colleague, right? So this is how you should go and pick it up. Goods receipt for an expense PO. If you want to look at goods receipt for a normal PO, you can just go with any of those things. Goods receipt for a purchase order. Okay, so now let me show you real time. First thing, account determination without wizard, you have to come to this place, define valuation control. This will tell you whether the valuation grouping code you wanted to use it or do not wanted to use it. Obviously, I wanted to use valuation grouping code. Why? This will give me the flexibility or the option of using same GL account in multiple plants. This way, I will be handling less number of ledger accounts. If I don't use grouping code, I may have to use different GL accounts for different plants. Imagine a company like ours where we have got more than 700 company codes across the globe. If I have at least 1000 GL accounts for a company code, it means I have to maintain 700 multiplied by 1000. It's practically highly difficult to manage those many accounts. So therefore, what SAP recommends and what the best practice says is use same GL accounts. Okay, so if you want to use same GL account for a raw material, when I say raw material, for a particular construction company or for a Nissan company, this is what we have taken as a demo. Steel is a raw material, paint is a raw material, isn't it? Some other material, any raw material can be considered, or for any raw material if you are taking or if you are receiving, the account which needs to be updated would be same. In such cases, this account, or what you call valuation grouping code, will be very useful. So I wanted to make my valuation grouping code active. Once that is done, okay, now you see here, group together valuation areas means what? I am working with this one. Group together valuation areas is nothing but, what is valuation area? Plant. Valuation area is the level at which you evaluate your material. Two types of valuation areas are possible, plant and company code. So therefore, if you want to group together your valuation areas, you group together using one grouping code. That is what we call it as valuation grouping code. So I just go with this. Right? So your valuation area is nothing but your plant, you see here. So you choose your plants, 777C. Okay? Currently, you see here, this is the valuation grouping code. I don't want to use it. Now I wanted to go with my own valuation grouping code. Although the 777, it need not be 777. Okay, it could be NIS and Nissan. Okay, something like this you give it. Okay, so here this is called maintenance. In case of maintenance, definition and assignment will be done together. So therefore, this is a maintenance. Although Nissan has not been defined previously, I can define it and assign it like this. Save it. Okay. Warren changes? No. Nissan changes. Okay. Now you see my both of the valuation areas are assigned to Nissan valuation grouping code. Next, define valuation classes. Now, for the GMRO material type, I am going to maintain couple of valuation classes. You see here, valuation class. I go and define 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6, 7, 8 is not there. So what I'll do is, I'll just go and maintain these three. Copy as 6, 7, 8. Okay. Raw materials 1, I would say Nissan. Okay. I'll just go and update it like this. This is for 2. You can even give the varieties of material types. Okay. Raw material copper, raw material iron, raw material tire. Okay. You can give different descriptions. Okay. So now you see 3 valuation classes have been copied. Now, if you could recollect it, your material type can control so many things. There is something called value account category reference. Okay. For that, I'll just have to take you to something. Look at here, SPRO. I'm taking you to material type definition, wherein for each of the material type, you have something called account category reference. Okay. Under define attributes of material types, for your GMRO, look at here, you would have account category reference here. What account category reference? You see here, 0001. Now I don't want 0001, I want my own. Okay, so I'm going to do this. Look at here. After defining valuation classes, come back to the same thing, same screen here. Now you see account category reference. I can go and create my own account category reference. I will name it as 777 or Nissan. Okay. Account category reference for raw materials, GMRO, okay, GMRO, something like this. Save it. Okay. All right. So now back, you see here material type account category reference. You come to this place, you see here, you find out your GMRO material type. You see here for GMRO material type, the account category reference that I've just created, Nissan, I'm going to add it here, right? So now I have added this one, save it. I'm done with the account category reference. So now you should be able to understand that the valuation classes are, you see here, valuation classes once again, I'm going back 3678. What is the account category reference that you should give? Nissan. That's what that I have created, isn't it? So here Nissan, here also Nissan, right? So you try to understand. So here you have got valuation class. I would say valuation class 1, like this. You can have as many valuation classes as possible. All these valuation classes needs to be assigned to one account category reference. Okay, so all these valuation classes needs to be assigned to account category reference, isn't it? This account category reference itself should be assigned to material type. Right? So this way, this is how the actual valuation classes are controlled by material type. Material, you see here, material type is nowhere directly connected to valuation class, but your material type controls valuation classes. How? Via intermediate key called account category reference. Got it? So one second. Okay, so now having done this, I can go back. Now you see I'm going to create a new material, MM01 ZMRO. Sorry, what is the industry sector that we have used? Manufacturing, right? And then material type as ZMRO. Okay, now you see here basic data 1, 2, purchasing, and the general plan data 1, accounting, org unit levels. I would simply use it as demo material for Nissan MMFI integration. Okay, base unit of measure as each. I think we have defined our own material group. You can use any material group, that's no big deal. Purchasing group NIS, I think. Purchasing value key, GR processing time, okay. Now you see valuation classes 306, 7 and 8. How are they coming? Because the valuation classes are assigned to account category reference, and account category reference itself is assigned to material type. So I can choose this one, price of say 100. Save it. Okay, now define account groupings for movement types. Here you need not have to do anything, it's simply standard. This I will explain you sometime later when we actually create our own movement type. Okay, so this towards the end of MMFI integration I'll explain you. There is something called how to create a new movement type. At that point of time I'll explain you What are these things? Now you could see here the screen that I have created. Movement type will have value strings. Value strings will have transaction event key. Transaction event keys are further subdivided into account grouping codes. This concept you could see here. Each movement type you see here, selection by content. By go with movement type, I go. For example, 101. Okay. You see here, each movement type will have WE06, WE01. Like this, you have various value strings, WF01, so on and so forth. Each movement type will have various value strings. Within one value string, for example, okay, within one value string, let me show you by content. Remove this value string. Say WE01. If I go with this, you see here PRE, KDM. Okay, so like this you will have so many transaction event keys, and each transaction event, some of the transaction event keys will also have something called account modifiers. This I will explain you further in detail when we actually go with creation of a new movement type. Purchasing account management, as we discussed, it's not meant for the rest of the countries except France, Italy, Belgium, and Spain. So I'm not going into this. And then the last node and the most important node in MMFI integration is this one: configure automatic postings. Transaction code OBYC. Okay, you see here transaction code OMWB, but if I go with cancel, it will be still OMWB, but now if I go with account assignment, it's going to be OBYC. Right, now you have seen I have just created one material. What is the material? This is the material number. I'll quickly create a PO. We will try doing goods receipt for this. /n ME21N. Okay, vendor, oh, not sure, company code 777. Okay, Radhika is the vendor. Then purchase organization, company code. I'm entering material number, plant S777C. Okay, quantity of say 100, enter. Okay, so it's asking price because we don't have the maintain it as this one. Since we don't have info record, okay, the condition you need to specify it. Okay, now check it. Ensure that there is no release procedure triggered for this. No release procedure. You save it. It's taking time. Okay, so now the PO is created. It's not getting updated. Okay, so now you see I go with MeGo. I copy the PO number. Okay. Let's wait for a couple more minutes. Okay, so here is your PO. Hit enter. Okay, now you see item okay, quantity of 10, right, into storage location 0001. You are expected to see some error messages. My intention is to show you some error messages. From error I will drive you. I will drive you to the configurations. Okay, so oops, one sec. Evaluate 100% compliance. Once again you check. That is okay. Now you try post. You see here account determination for entry INT DSX blah 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 not possible. So Pavitra and Radhika and even Sridhar, look at this. This is very critical. What did I say? What parameters are required for MMFI integration or automatic account determination? Can you guys see my screen? Pavitra?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Chart of accounts, transaction key.
So these are 5 parameters. You see here INT, chart of accounts identified, DSX, transaction event key. There is something here missing. Something here missing. What are they? Valuation grouping code, account grouping code with 3006. With this combination, there is no account maintained for that. Right? So therefore, you see here, I'll go with proceed. You see, I would have gone, let me just take you to the configurations. I would have gone to this place and quickly maintain it, but I don't want to do this because I want you guys to understand, so that that's the reason I'm going backwards. So now I've shown you the error. From error, I will drive you to configuration. I'll go with proceed. Now you see it's CMOMWB. Cancel. Go with account assignment. Now you come back to error. What is that? It says INT DSX dash 3006. So here transaction event key DSX. What is that you are doing? goods receipt with reference to PO. Which account to be updated? Stock account. Now understand this. BSX is the transaction event key for inventory posting, that is stock account. You double click BSX. Now what is the chart of accounts that is required? This will automatically being picked up from the plant from which you are or into which you are doing goods receipt. So INT BSX, two are identified. Now you see INT BSX, two are identified. INT BSX, then the missing stuff. Okay, so what is that you require for the stock account to get updated? You require a valuation class. So if you look at here, the valuation class, which is 3006, which is your own valuation class, was not being maintained, therefore the error. So what I do, I take 3000, which is standard one, go with copy as. Come on, why is it in display mode? One sec. Because I was already logged in here, so that's the reason it's in display mode. Okay, now go with proceed once again, cancel, account assignment, BSX. Okay, now you see here 3000, I go with copy as. What's your valuation class? 3006. And this one, the account needs to be given by your FI colleague. Okay, who will give to your FI colleague? The client himself, the customer himself. The accounting manager will give the stock account, the general ledger account for goods receipt with reference to PO. If this is the scenario, this is the account which needs to be updated. That's how the account will be given to FI colleague. FI colleague will hand over it to you. This is how you will be setting up. Remember, this is the account that I have used for my goods receipt stock account. I save it. Okay, done. Once again, once you have saved it, back, 3 times back, and then close this message. Once again, close this message. You go with check, right? And once again you post it. It gets posted if at the time of goods receipt, what are the accounts gets updated? Stock account and GRIR account. If the GRIR account is set, that's okay. If it is not set up, then you will see another message. Okay, so let's wait for a couple more minutes and see if it is triggering or not. Now it got posted. You see, material document got posted. Let me just go on display. This is your material document. If there is any financial impact, as we discussed, Doc Info tab will be enabled, and if you go with FI documents, you will see an accounting document. When you double click that, or when you click on that, an accounting document will get open. You double click this accounting document to see which accounts will get updated and how. Okay, now you see 30010, this is one account. It's not there here. Transaction event key. Let me modify the layout. Change layout. There is something called transaction. Look for transaction. Transaction. Come on. Do you see transaction? Can you please identify this one? You move it here. Okay. And that's it. Okay. Say okay. Now if you look at it, I'll bring this one. Okay, now you see here, BSX is a transaction event key for stock account to get updated. WRX is the transaction event key to update the GRIR account. Okay, so this is how it goes and gets updated. Any questions? Rest of the scenarios we will see. All the goods or inventory management scenarios like your goods issues, and then goods receipt without purchase order, without production order, everything we will see it, but tomorrow. Okay, so I just gave you the basic overview of MMFI integration, and then we just set up one scenario. This is GR with reference to PO. Rest of the scenarios we will go and execute them tomorrow, same time, 10 o'clock. Any questions, Pavitra or Radhika?
No, sir.
All right then.
Sir,
Yeah, Pavitra చెప్పండి.
sir, you said value. What I didn't understood what is the meaning of value stream.
Meaning of valuation, grouping code. Is that what you say?
No values. No value string.
వాల్యూ స్ట్రింగ్. ఓకే, వాల్యూ అంటే ఇది మీకు ఎలా వస్తుందంటేనండి, లెట్ మీ టేక్ యూ టు దిస్ ప్లేస్. ఓకే, ఫర్ ఈచ్ మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్, ఓకే, యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ డిఫరెంట్ వాల్యూ స్ట్రింగ్స్ అండి. ఎందుకు ఈ వాల్యూ స్ట్రింగ్స్ అవసరం అవుతాయంటే, మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్ 201 ఉంది, or rather movement type, I would say, yeah. సో మూమెంట్ టైప్ 201 ఉంది. 201 అంటే ఏంటండి, అది గూడ్స్ ఇష్యూ రిలేటెడ్. సో 101 ఉంది, గూడ్స్ రెసిప్ట్ రిలేటెడ్, రైట్? సో మీరు గూడ్స్ రెసిప్ట్ అప్పుడు స్టాక్ అకౌంట్ అప్డేట్ కావాలి, గూడ్స్ ఇష్యూ అయ్యేటప్పుడు స్టాక్ అకౌంట్ అప్డేట్ కావాలి. సో అట్లా అప్డేట్ అవ్వడానికి రెండు చోట్ల స్టాక్ అకౌంట్ అప్డేట్ అవుతుంది, కానీ అప్డేట్ అయ్యే విధానం వేరు. సో therefore you have an intermediate key between the transaction event key, which actually controls which account to be updated, and the actual control is actually originated from movement type. So between these two, your WA, WE or WF, this will control the procedure, the process of getting the stock account updated. మీకు గుర్తుండే ఉంటుంది, గూడ్స్ మనం ఇన్వెంటరీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ లో there are two different types of material document types, WE, WA అనుకుందాం, గుర్తుందండి? గూడ్స్ ఇష్యూ డాక్యుమెంట్ టైప్, గూడ్స్ రిసీట్ డాక్యుమెంట్ టైప్.
Yeah, it's
గుర్తుంది కదా, గూడ్స్ రిసీట్ వితౌట్ పర్చేస్ ఆర్డర్,
Yes, sir.
గూడ్స్ రిసీట్ వితౌట్ పర్చేస్ ఆర్డర్.
with purchase order. Yes, sir.
సో ఈ స్ట్రింగ్స్ అందుకు కూడా ఉపయోగపడతాయండి. WE ఎక్కడైతే ఉందో అదేమో విత్ రిఫరెన్స్ కింద తీసుకుంటుంది, WA ఎక్కడైతే ఉందో దట్ ఈస్ వితౌట్ రిఫరెన్స్ అండి,
Okay.
రైట్? సో మీరు
Yeah, sir.
మీరు గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాల్సిన ఎట్లాగంటే, హై లెవెల్లో మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్ ఉంటుంది, దాని క్రింద నెక్స్ట్ లెవెల్ వాల్యూ స్ట్రింగ్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఒక మూవ్మెంట్ టైప్ 101 కి యూ కెన్ హ్యావ్ 3 or 4 or 5 మూవ్మెంట్ వాల్యూ స్ట్రింగ్స్. మళ్ళీ అందులో ఒక్కొక్క వాల్యూ స్ట్రింగ్ కి యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ డిఫరెంట్ ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఈవెంట్ కీస్. అందులో ట్రాన్సాక్షన్ ఈవెంట్ కీస్ లో వాట్ ఎవర్ ఫర్ ఎనీ గూడ్స్ మూవ్మెంట్ వితౌట్ రిఫరింగ్ ఎనీ ప్రిసీడింగ్ డాక్యుమెంట్ ఫర్ విచ్ యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ అకౌంట్ గ్రూపింగ్ కోడ్. ఏమన్నా విత్ రిఫరెన్స్ తో చేస్తున్నారు అనుకోండి, అకౌంట్ గ్రూపింగ్ కోడ్ రాదు. వితౌట్ రిఫరెన్స్ తో చేస్తే మాత్రమే అకౌంట్ గ్రూపింగ్ కోడ్ వస్తుంది. అది రేపు చూద్దాం.
With reference ఉంటే అకౌంటింగ్ కోడ్ ఉంది, వితౌట్ ఉంటేనే అకౌంటింగ్ కోడ్.
ఎస్, 1 second అండి, సుందరరావు గారు కాల్ చేస్తున్నారు. ఎస్ సార్. అయిపోయిందండి, ఎండింగ్ స్టేజ్ లో ఉంది. ఐఎమ్ అబౌట్ టు షట్ డౌన్. రేపు రండి సార్, మార్నింగ్ 10 కి. ఓకే అండి, బాయ్. ఓకే అండి.
అండ్ వన్ మోర్ క్వశ్చన్ సార్, పర్చేసింగ్ అకౌంట్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ అన్నారు కదా సార్, అది ఓన్లీ 4 countries కే ఉందన్నారు, స్పెయిన్,
అవునండి, స్పెయిన్, బెల్జియం, ఫ్రాన్స్ అండ్ ఇటలీ.
సో అవి ఎందుకు అలా స్పెషల్ గా 4 countries కే పెట్టారు అంటే ఏంటి అసలు, వాట్ ఈస్ దాట్?
అది ఎస్ఏపి పెట్టలేదండి, లీగల్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ఆ కంట్రీస్ లో అలా ఉంటాయి. ఇప్పుడు మన దగ్గర ఉంది, మన దగ్గర సెంట్రల్ ట్యాక్స్, స్టేట్ ట్యాక్స్ అని రెండు ఉన్నాయి కదండి.
Yeah.
సిఎస్టి, ఏపీజీఎస్టీ
Yes, sir.
ఇట్లా ఉన్నాయి కదా. అవి ఎందుకు అట్లా పెట్టారంటే లీగల్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ విత్ ఇన్ ఇండియా. సిమిలర్లీ ఇన్ దోస్ కంట్రీస్ ఈ స్టాక్ అకౌంట్ మీరు చూసారు కదా ఇప్పుడు డిస్ప్లే, ఈ స్టాక్ అకౌంట్ ఉంది కదా 30010, ఇది అప్డేట్ అయ్యాకంటే ముందు మధ్యలో ఇంకొక అకౌంట్ అప్డేట్ చేయాలి. దాన్ని ఇంటర్మీడియట్ ఆర్ వాట్ వి కాల్ ద పర్చేసింగ్ అకౌంట్ అంటారు అనమాట. సో ఆ అకౌంట్ అప్డేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత దీంట్లోకి వస్తుంది. అందుచేత వాళ్ళు అట్లా పెట్టుకున్నారండి. అది లీగల్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్, ఎస్ఐపి ఏం చేయలేదు. వాళ్ళ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ అట్లా ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి దానికి తగ్గట్టుగా ఎస్ఐపి వాళ్ళు క్రియేట్ చేసి పెట్టారు అలా.
Okay, okay. So I'm thinking that SAP created for some
No. Okay, Andy?
And sir, I have a doubt.
Chappan.
Sir, shall I ask or you? Okay. In material master, sir. So we have created a material master for the plan code 77C. And I want to extend that material to 777P. So I have extended it. So I want to see the extended date for the 77P, but it is showing only the created date. So what can we see the extended date for 77P?
ఇక్కడ మీకు ఎక్స్టెండెడ్ అని రాదండి. మెటీరియల్ మాస్టర్ ని MARC లో టేబుల్లోకి వెళ్ళి చూస్తే మీరు ఏ రోజైతే ఉందో అది క్రియేషన్ డేట్ కింద తీసుకుంటుందండి, ఎక్స్టెండెడ్ కింద రాదు.
ఓకే, అంటే ఎక్కడ ఐ మీన్ ఎక్స్టెండెడ్ డేట్ అని మనకి తెలియదా మరి?
అంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు మెటీరియల్స్ అనేవి ప్లాంట్ లో ఉంటాయి కదా, మీరు ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేస్తున్నారు, బట్ ఇట్స్ యాజ్ గుడ్ యాజ్ క్రియేషన్. అందుచేత మీకు క్రియేషన్ డేట్ కనిపిస్తుంది.
సో అంటే ఇప్పుడు మన 77C కి క్రియేషన్ డేట్ సపోజ్ ఇట్ వాజ్ May 16, 2012 అండ్ 77P కి ఈ రోజు డేట్ వచ్చామనుకోండి, క్రియేషన్ డేట్ అంటే క్రియేషన్ డేట్ ఈ రోజు చూపిస్తుంది అంటే దట్ మీన్స్ దట్ ఈస్ అన్ ఎక్స్టెండెడ్ డేట్ ఓన్లీ.
యా, అంటే ఆ ప్లాంట్ లో అది క్రియేషన్ డేట్, ఈ ప్లాంట్ లో ఇది క్రియేషన్ డేట్ అవుతుందండి. MARC టేబుల్ ఉంది కదా, ప్లాంట్ మెటీరియల్ డిస్క్రిప్షన్ అని టేబుల్, ఆ టేబుల్ లోకి వెళ్తే మీకు ఈ డీటెయిల్స్ తెలుస్తాయి.
MARC.
అవునండి.
సో ఇప్పుడు I mean I want to pull a report, so for all the extended plans, only extended, not a creation. So originally it is created for the 77C, but I want the report only for the extended plans like 77P. So and also for that I'll give a period of time, that is from July 1st to July 30. In this period, what are the extended plans? So do we have any report, existing report that?
Sorry, come again. ఒకసారి చెప్పండి మళ్ళీ.
In a specified period from July 1st to July 30, I want the list of materials which are extended to a particular plant.
చూడండి ఇక్కడ /SE16 MARC ఓకే. సో ఇక్కడ మీరు సెట్టింగ్స్, ఫీల్డ్స్ ఫర్ సెలెక్షన్, కంట్రోల్ F, డేట్, దీంట్లో ఎఫెక్టివ్ అవుట్ డేట్. ఓకే, దీంట్లో లేదా, 1 సెకండ్. అయితే మీరు మారాకి MARCకి జాయిన్ చేయాలండి. ఓకే, సో క్రియేటెడ్ ఆన్. ఓకే, మీరు బిట్వీన్ డేట్స్ అన్నారు కదా, బిట్వీన్ డేట్స్ కి అయితే లేదు. మీరు ఎట్లా చేసుకోవాలంటే దీనికి గ్రేటర్ దాన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు ఈ డేట్ కంటే తరువాత, ఏ డేట్ కంటే తరువాత 10th of July తరువాత క్రియేట్ చేసిన మెటీరియల్స్ అన్ని తీసుకుని ఆఫ్ టైప్ GMRO ఇవి తీసుకోవాలండి. ఇవి తీసుకుని ఏం చేయాలి, ఈ మెటీరియల్స్ మీరు నంబర్ ఆఫ్ ఎంట్రీస్ కొట్టండి, 4 మెటీరియల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వీటన్నిటిని ఏం చేయాలంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు పాస్ దెమ్ టు MARC టేబుల్, అంటే టేబుల్ జాయినింగ్ లో వస్తుందండి. అప్పుడు మీకు ఆ విధంగా తెలుసుకోవచ్చు. టేబుల్ జాయినింగ్ అంటే లెట్ మీ టెల్ యూ హియర్, ఇక్కడే చూపించేస్తాను మీకు. SQVI come on.
ఈ టేబుల్ జాయినింగ్ అబాపస్ చేస్తారా లేకపోతే SAP కన్సల్టెంట్స్ చేస్తారా?
ఎవరైనా చేసుకోవచ్చు అండి. బేసికల్గా ఇది టేబుల్ జాయినింగ్ అనేది వాళ్ళైతే రిపోర్ట్ రాస్తారు, మనకి రిపోర్ట్ ఉండదు. రిపోర్ట్ మనకి చేయడం రాదు కాబట్టి మల్టిపుల్ టేబుల్స్ మనకి తెలిస్తే కనుక దాని నుంచి మనం చేసుకోవచ్చు. మారా MARC, ఓకే, MARC క్రియేట్. చూడండి ఇక్కడ టైటిల్ ఏదో ఒకటి పెట్టేసేయండి, టేబుల్ జాయిన్ అనండి, ఎంటర్ కొట్టండి. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ జాయిన్, ఇన్సర్ట్ టేబుల్, మారా, ఇంకో టేబుల్ పెట్టాలి కదా, MARC. ఓకే, ఈ రెండింటి కనుక యూనిక్ ఫీల్డ్ ఉంటే జాయినింగ్ ఆటోమేటికల్గా తీసుకుంటుంది, లేకపోతే మీరు జాయిన్ చేయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. ఇదన్నీ అబాప్ కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అన్నమాట. ఓకే, సో దెన్ యూ కమ్ బ్యాక్. ఇక్కడికి వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇక్కడ చూడండి, యూ విల్ హ్యావ్ 2 tables. 1 second. Hello? Yeah? Yes? Sorry? Hey, Sanjit, how are you? I'm doing good. Okay, so I thought you are in Australia. Are you in India? I see. Okay. So you are in transit. All right, Sanjit, would you mind if I give you a call back in 10 minutes time? All right, thank you. Bye. Okay, Andy, so I've just chosen a couple of fields. I would just hit execute. ఓకే, సో ఇక్కడ మీరు చూస్ చేసుకోవాలండి. లిస్ట్ ఫీల్డ్ అంటేనేమో మీకు అవుట్పుట్లో ఏం రావాలి అని, ఈ సెలక్షన్ ఫీల్డ్ ఏమో సెలక్షన్ స్క్రీన్లో ఏం రావాలని. యూ కెన్ చూస్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఫీల్డ్స్ యూ వాంట్ ఇట్ ఆన్ ఎయిదర్ సైడ్, సెలక్షన్ స్క్రీన్లో యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ ఆన్ ది అవుట్పుట్ సైడ్ యాజ్ వెల్.
Okay.
It's coming down. సో ఇక్కడ మీకు ఫ్రమ్ డేట్ రేంజ్ ఇవ్వడానికి ఉండదండి. సో అందుచేత ఏంటంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు గివ్ ఇట్ దట్ వే. ఓకే, సో డేట్ రేంజ్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో దేర్ హియర్. ఓకే, సో మీరు ఇవ్వండి. ఇప్పుడు డేట్ రేంజ్ కావాలంటే వాట్ ఎవర్ డేట్స్ యూ వాంటెడ్, పుట్ ఇట్ సంథింగ్ లైక్ దిస్. సింగిల్ టేబుల్లో అయితే మీకు అట్లా వచ్చిండేది. See here, ఈ డేట్స్ ప్లాంట్ 77C2. ఇంకేమైనా కావాలా మీకు? 77B కూడా పెడతారా?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Execute it. And this will give you the list. Only ఒకటే ఉంది.
Okay.
మెటీరియల్ నెంబర్ రాలేదు. సో మెటీరియల్ నెంబర్ కావాలి అంటే వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డూ, మెటీరియల్ నెంబర్ టిక్ చేయండి.
Check.
రెండిట్లో కూడా ఉన్నది కావాలంటే ఎట్లా వస్తుంది. లేదు మీరు ఒకటి తీసేసారు అనుకోండి, 77C మాత్రం అనుకుంటే ఈవెన్ దాన్ని తీసేస్తాం. ఓకే,
Yes, sir.
all right, see you on tomorrow సేమ్ టైం అండి 10 కి కొంచెం ప్లీజ్ 10 కి రండి.
Yes, sir.
Alright. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Same to you.